Hello again, Reds. Welcome back. Liverpool are already planning ahead, and this time the focus is clear, strengthening the defense after missing out on Mark Guéhi. With Guéhi now set to join Manchester City, the Reds are not standing still. Instead, they are turning their attention to one of the very best defenders in European football right now, Inter Milan's Alessandro Bastoni. According to reports coming from Team Talk, Liverpool are closely monitoring Bastoni's situation, and a big move could be on the cards. We are talking about a potential deal worth around 80 million euros, which shows just how serious Liverpool are about upgrading their backline. This is not just another rumor. This is about elite-level planning from the club. Alessandro Bastoni is not an ordinary defender. He is widely regarded as one of the top center-backs in the world today. At Inter Milan, he has been a key figure in their success, playing with confidence, intelligence, and authority. What really makes Bastoni stand out is his calmness on the ball. He is comfortable playing out from the back, he reads the game very well, and he rarely panics under pressure. These are exactly the qualities Liverpool look for in a modern defender. At this stage of his career, Bastoni is at his peak. He has already achieved a lot in Italy, and now he appears open to a new challenge. A move to the Premier League, especially to a club as big as Liverpool, would be a massive opportunity for him. The intensity, the atmosphere, and the level of competition in England could be the perfect next step in his career. Of course, Inter Milan will not let him go easily. Bastoni is a crucial part of their team, and losing him would be a huge blow. That is why the reported price tag is so high. Around 80 million euros is a serious amount of money, but when you are talking about one of the best defenders in world football, that is the kind of fee clubs have to pay. For Liverpool, it would be a long-term investment in quality and stability at the back. A January move, however, looks very unlikely. Inter Milan will not want to sell such an important player in the middle of the season, especially when they are still competing at the highest level. This means that if Liverpool are truly serious, the summer transfer window is the most realistic time for this deal to happen. Patience will be key. Interestingly, Bastoni is not the only defender on Liverpool's radar. The Reds are also keeping an eye on Nico Schlotterbeck from Borussia Dortmund. The German international has been linked with a move away in recent months and is another defender who fits Liverpool's style of play. Like Bastoni, Schlotterbeck is strong on the ball, comfortable under pressure, and capable of playing in a high defensive line. Both players would bring something special to Liverpool. Bastoni offers experience at the very highest level and proven quality in big matches, while Schlotterbeck brings energy, aggression, and Bundesliga-tested consistency. Either option would significantly improve Liverpool's defensive unit and help the team compete for major trophies again. What is clear is this: Liverpool are not taking chances with their future. Missing out on Guéhi has only pushed them to aim even higher. The club wants elite defenders who can dominate for years to come, and Alessandro Bastoni fits that profile perfectly. As the months go on, this is a story that could grow bigger and bigger. Summer could be decisive, and Liverpool fans should keep a very close eye on how things develop. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss anything. Hello again, Reds. Welcome back. The January transfer window is once again keeping Liverpool fans on edge, and this time the focus is firmly on the heart of the defense. With the season entering a decisive phase, Arne Slot and the club's recruitment team are under growing pressure to act, especially after recent results have shown just how thin Liverpool's defensive options really are. So far, Liverpool's business in January has been very quiet. The Reds have brought in young prospect Mortala Ndiaye from Amity and allowed James Norris to leave for Shelbourne. But these moves have done little to calm supporters who are crying out for proven defensive reinforcements. Injuries and a lack of depth at center-back continue to haunt the squad, and with the February 2nd deadline fast approaching, time is clearly not on Liverpool's side. On the pitch, things have not gone exactly to plan either. Liverpool's hopes of defending the Premier League title they won last season are now all but over. Sitting fourth in the table and a huge 14 points behind Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, the focus has shifted from chasing the title to securing Champions League football for the 2026-27 season. That goal, however, will not be easy to achieve without strengthening the defense. The recent 1-1 draw with Burnley at Anfield only added to the frustration. Dropping points in front of the Kop is never easy to take, and it once again exposed Liverpool's vulnerability at the back. For many fans, that result felt like further proof that reinforcements are urgently needed if the team is to finish the season strongly. For months, Marc Guéhi had been seen as the perfect solution. Liverpool were close to signing the Crystal Palace captain in the summer, with a deal reportedly agreed late in the window. However, the move collapsed at the last moment, leaving the Reds to rely heavily on Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate. That situation worsened when Giovanni Leone suffered a serious ACL injury on his debut in the Carabao Cup against Southampton, ruling him out long-term. Despite continued links this January, Liverpool's hopes of landing Guéhi now appear to be over. With his contract at Palace running down, there was optimism that the Reds could return for him. Instead, Manchester City have moved quickly. After injuries to key defenders like Ruben Dias and Josko Gvardiol, Pep Guardiola identified Guéhi as a priority target. Palace manager Oliver Glasner recently confirmed that the defender was close to completing a deal, even admitting Guéhi was left out of the squad because negotiations were in the final stages. All signs now point to Guéhi joining Manchester City following a medical, in a deal believed to be worth around £30 million. For Liverpool, it is a bitter blow. Missing out on one of England's top centre-backs forces the club back to the drawing board at a crucial moment in the season. But Liverpool are not standing still. With Guéhi seemingly gone, attention has turned to the Bundesliga. Reports suggest that Borussia Dortmund defender Nico Schlotterbeck is now a serious option. Liverpool are believed to have held talks with his representatives, and the player is reportedly open to a move away from Germany. At 26 years old, Schlotterbeck has Champions League experience and has already proven himself at the highest level. He is understood to be valued at around £48 to £50 million, which would represent a significant investment. However, given Liverpool's defensive struggles, many fans would argue that it is money well spent. Schlotterbeck is also said to be on a shortlist that includes Inter Milan's Alessandro Bastoni, showing that Liverpool are looking at top-level options rather than short-term fixes. As the deadline draws closer, the big question remains: will Liverpool make their move? Arne Slot knows that securing European football is vital for the club's future, and failing to reinforce the defense could prove costly. The coming days could define not just the rest of this season, but the direction Liverpool take heading into the next campaign. One thing is certain: the transfer window is far from over, and Liverpool fans will be watching every development closely. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss anything. Hello again, Reds. Welcome back. Liverpool's January transfer window has taken a dramatic twist, and once again the club finds itself right in the middle of a storm of injuries, tough decisions, and growing pressure from rivals. With Manchester City making a decisive move for Marc Guéhi, a player Liverpool thought they had secured months ago, all eyes have now turned to Arne Slot and what the Reds will do next. Arne Slot has finally spoken out about Liverpool's transfer plans, and while his words were calm and measured, they also revealed just how difficult the situation is behind the scenes. The Liverpool head coach made it clear that there is complete agreement between himself and the club's recruitment team. Everyone sees the same problems. Everyone understands the same risks. But that does not automatically mean Liverpool will act in the transfer market. Slot admitted that the squad is facing serious challenges as the season moves into its most demanding phase. Liverpool's defensive situation has become especially worrying. Connor Bradley is now ruled out until next season after suffering a serious knee injury in the clash against Arsenal last week. Giovanni Leone has also been sidelined since September following ACL surgery, leaving Liverpool short of senior defensive options at a time when the pressure is only increasing. As if that was not enough, Liverpool's British record signing Alexander Isak is also facing a long spell on the sidelines. The £125 million striker picked up ankle and leg injuries against Tottenham Hotspur before Christmas and is expected to miss several months. Isak was one of the headline signings in a huge £450 million summer spending spree, although Liverpool managed to balance the books by recouping around half of that amount through player sales. Despite that investment, the current injury crisis has reignited calls from fans and pundits for Liverpool to strengthen their squad in January. Those calls have only grown louder after Manchester City stepped in to sign Mark Guéhi. Liverpool had agreed a deal with Crystal Palace for the England international on deadline day in September, only for Palace to pull out at the last moment while the player was in the middle of his medical. Now, reports suggest City have wrapped up a £20 million deal for Guéhi, and Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner has confirmed that the transfer is close. To add even more drama, Glasner also revealed that he will be leaving Palace in the summer, marking the end of an era at Selhurst Park. For Liverpool fans, it is a bitter pill to swallow, watching a long-term target head to a direct rival at a time when defensive reinforcements feel badly needed. When asked directly about new arrivals this month, Slot was honest but cautious. He explained that everyone at the club understands the situation and agrees on the challenges ahead. However, he stopped short of promising any incoming transfers, stressing that being aligned does not automatically mean action will be taken. In short, Liverpool know the problems, but solutions are not guaranteed. On the pitch, Liverpool still have plenty to fight for. The Reds host struggling Burnley this weekend, aiming to extend their impressive 11-game unbeaten run in the Premier League. More importantly, they are trying to strengthen their grip on fourth place, a position that could define the entire season. The battle for Champions League qualification is fierce. Chelsea, Manchester United, and Newcastle United are all pushing hard, while Aston Villa's incredible form has made the top four race even tighter. Slot admitted that Liverpool have not put themselves in the best position, especially when compared to the strong start they made earlier in the season. But he also reminded everyone that there is still a long way to go. The importance of finishing in the top four cannot be overstated. Slot openly acknowledged the financial impact of missing out on the Champions League in previous seasons and how damaging that was for the club. Qualification is not just about prestige. It affects spending power, long-term planning, and Liverpool's ability to compete with Europe's elite. Slot also pointed out that the Premier League is stronger than ever. Every team is packed with quality, and there are no easy games. That reality makes Liverpool's task even harder, especially with a depleted squad. Still, the Reds remain alive in multiple competitions, with the FA Cup and Champions League also offering chances for success and redemption. So where does this leave Liverpool? Injuries are piling up. A key transfer target is heading to Manchester City. The fight for fourth place is intense. And yet, there is still belief that this season can be salvaged. Much now depends on how the squad responds, whether reinforcements arrive, and how Arne Slot navigates one of the toughest periods of his Liverpool reign. One thing is certain, the next few weeks could define Liverpool's season. Stay locked in, Reds, because this story is far from over. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss anything.